this now leaves us to our weekly speaker spot. Every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets pulled out of the crowd with literally no knowledge at their end that they're about to speak, and is given a couple of rules and get to speak to the rest of us. I'm clicking buttons at the same time. Here we go. Janet Munro. Welcome back, Janet. You know, I have to say, I went through heaps and heaps of past like meeting notes and everything else, and then last year's meeting notes and the year before. And you and Nancy White, I don't believe, have ever been to Business at Breakfast. It was only HMP, but you ended up on the list because we would have chatted. But I couldn't find in the last 3 years in all of my notes where you and Nancy White had come to a meeting, and then you rocked up a couple of weeks ago. Turns out, I am so sorry that I never called you out for being a visitor and first time out, and you're so amazing. And I just didn't get to do a big sing and show and tell dance thing for you. However, since now that you've been here, you are officially a member. So welcome aboard to the Speaker's Spotlight. Here's how it works. I want you to just do your elevator pitch again, right? But this time say ACN, right? So do your elevator pitch again, and then tell us how you came about selling this part, because you do the, it's the health sharing thing, right? So then tell us the quick history of how you came about selling the health sharing component, or why you believe in the health sharing component so much with ACN, and then stop talking so that we can ask you questions.
All right. My name is Janet Munro. I'm based out of Nashville, Tennessee. I do, how many of you, of the Americans on board, feel that the healthcare system is broken? I work with an organization called Impact Health Sharing, which is an affordable alternative to health insurance. I came across it 3 years ago when I was a traditional business owner. I owned a custom furniture manufacturing and retail business, had 16 employees. The cost of healthcare was crippling, looking for alternatives, and I found the healthcare sharing. The savings for my company, it was like 50% savings for myself, 50% savings for my employees. It was like giving them a raise without having to pay any further money out of my pocket, because times were tough. In fact, times were so tough that I ended up closing my company last year, and now I do the healthcare sharing on a full-time basis.
Wow. Okay. Who's got some questions for Janet?
I do.
Yes, great.
Oh, okay, Janet. So agreement that about because I live in the U.S. and about prices, we'll just stick to healthcare, that topic right now. So is this just to be clear, is this like a co-op insurance, or is this like a replacement, just so I'm clear, is this a replacement to how one takes care of one's health, or is this something to pay for the healthcare?
It's an affordable alternative to insurance. I compare the healthcare sharing to insurance the way you would compare a credit union to a bank. Everybody is a member. You pay your fees. We take a little bit from everybody to cover all the healthcare costs for all the members.
And then if a member, because I'm familiar with these, and if a member, say, for example, let's say you have a group of 100 entrepreneurs that are in it, and let's say one entrepreneur all of a sudden gets cancer, unfortunately. Does that raise rates for the rest of the members?
No, rates have not been raised in 5 years.
Okay, thank you.
Approximately how much does it cost to be part of the health sharing plan?
It depends on whether you're an individual or a family.
And just give us cliff notes. Give us an individual. Give us a family. I mean, most
okay, I'll just give you a comparison. I have a lady, she and her husband have their own company. They have the top notch healthcare through Blue Cross Blue Shield. Their rate increase this year was from $3,600 to $4,000. That gives them no deductible. Our cost for the two of them is $674 a month, but they have a $2,500 deductible.
There's a
Do
lot
you
of
pay the
numbers in
$4,000, $48,000 a year, or do you pay 30-some thousand?
Right. Okay.
Or do you save 30,000, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There was a lot of numbers in there.
Yes.
Just needed something simpler than that. Right? Because here's the thing, right? If you answer that question, give us, on just any basic family household, approximately. It's just an estimate. Approximately,
All right, so
you think around about how much a month?
a family would be around 600, whereas with insurance, you're 1,500.
No, stop there. 600
Okay.
a month, right? All right. So health insurance, approximately health insurance in America per month. What is that going to be?
For a family, 1,500 plus.
There you go. That's all we need to know. See, you answered one question. Trust me, that person asking the question, they're heading somewhere in their brain. If you answer one question very simply, they've got more coming at you. And if you just answer their question and allow the others to come through, we'll end up getting all the information you were giving, but in an order that we can digest it. And so just, yeah. So there you go. So the difference is about 600 a month, from 1,500 a month down to 600 a month. Okay. All right. That's a vast difference in healthcare. And is there certain doctors that you have to go to, like with this particular one, or can you pick your own? How does it work?
Any doctor, any hospital, anywhere. No network.
All right. So I know that explaining health sharing as a general rule is really tricky, because I was coaching about a year ago, and because I haven't seen her for a while. I've been out of practice as to how to say very simply the difference between insurance and health sharing. But I'll see if I can ask some questions to get this out of us, so that we get it out of you so that we can understand. So let's say I get sick. I can go to my doctor. I don't have to go to one that's set up in that thing. I go to my doctor. Then do I pay the bill there, or do I get the bill and give it to how does it work? Do I give it to how does it work?
You get a health card, the same as you do with insurance. You present the health card, the bill goes to Impact. They negotiate the bill down. And then if you haven't met your deductible, you pay that bill, or they pay it for you.
Oh, right. And when you're saying they negotiate the bill down, you're saying Impact does that. So basically, I show my card, they get the bill, they send it to Impact. Impact looks at it and says, right, we can pay for this bit, we can't pay for this bit, we can do this bit, we can do this bit. And then they'll pay what they can, and then I get the gap.
No, actually, every service that a doctor offers in every state, they have a set rate.
On items, yep.
So Impact will negotiate it down to a little bit over the set rate, but generally they pay more than the insurance companies pay.
Right. Okay. I'll go with that. Let my mind marinate on that for a little bit. Now, the difference is, if it was through insurance, how does that work? Let's say I go to the doctors, I've got insurance. How does that work?
You give your card, and the bill gets submitted to the insurance company. The insurance company might not pay for things, or the insurance companies kind of tell doctors what to do. Like, say a doctor says you need an MRI, the insurance company will say, no, go for therapy first, or go for a CT scan or x-rays. But if the doctor thinks you need an MRI, we just say, go for the MRI.
Right. So health sharing follows the doctor's plan, and insurance says, let's see if we can do it for cheaper first before we get over there.
Right.
Oh, well, there's an interesting little note. There you go. Who knew that? Difference between health sharing and insurance. Yeah, funny, nor did I. All right. So, okay, that's interesting.
Does it include dental?
We have a discounted dental and vision plan included.
Really?
And one of the things that we actually have that nobody else does is, if you're spending money to stay healthy, for example, Kangen water, that keeps you healthy, you can claim up to $150 a month against your deductible for what you're spending on to stay healthy. It could be a gym membership, it might be the LifeWave patch, it could be anything.
Can I deduct my fishing in Alaska?
I don't think
I need that to stay healthy.
You need it to stay healthy? Okay.
What about walking the dogs, Christine? Like, I've been doing this challenge with myself and the doggies for 10,000 steps a day, to take the dogs to walk 10,000 steps. I have to say, Terry started to go, I'm a bit unsure of this. Dragging him around the block like 5 times a day, and he's there going, I'm kind of bored. And I'm just going, it's like 2 hours worth of walking to take them.
It is,
No, and
but
it's
I
not
get it.
walking. It's getting pulled from pillar to post and then pulling them
Yes,
in the other direction, like
yes,
for 2 hours. Like, oh my God. So I suppose, I mean, Christine, really, you'd be submitting the food bill. I mean, that's what you're
yes,
submitting, right?
right.
The food bill. So yeah, okay, that's really interesting. All right, I'm looking at the time. Janet, thank you so much for giving us some of that insight. I know it's not necessarily an easy topic to talk about the health sharing. It seems to be that a lot of words need to be said to get people to understand. Quick show of hands. Who feels like they understand just that little bit more about health sharing versus insurance than they did before? I certainly do. My brain has to marinate on it a bit longer because I'm sure that there's more questions in there, but I'm going to leave it there and let us all think about how that all works and everything. So thank you, Janet, for being our speaker today. And thank you, audience,
Thank you
for
very much.
participating. You're welcome. And thank you, audience, for participating and asking some questions so that we can help nut out this whole health sharing, or more to the point, to help Janet learn how to say it easier from a customer's perspective so that we can understand that better as well. So thank you.